Thank you for coming this morning. Even in the rain, we still have a big turnout, and that's what we always like to have. This is our 9th year, and we started out humbly with a couple hundred people showing up, and now we have almost 800 this year. So it's probably one of the biggest breakfasts, prayer breakfasts in the whole country, unless you count Atlanta, which is a little larger than us. I think they have 2,500 over there in Atlanta.
I forgot about that.
The committee has worked all year to put this together. It wasn't something that we did yesterday and then put it together today. We started last year in November, and we have a whole committee, and they're scattered throughout the audience. And I'd like the committee to stand, please. Would all the committee that worked on this project to stand? This function is sponsored by a Full Gospel Businessmen's chapter here, along with another one in Battleground. And for those of you who don't know, Full Gospel was reborn about 4 years ago here in the area, and it has grown to 46 chapters nationwide now. And it's the new Full Gospel, not the old one. And we are distinguished today to have the national president from Seattle, Bob Bignell, here. We also have the national treasurer, Peter Riddick, he's back here. And I'm the national secretary. And we started in this part of the country, and it's going nationwide and may go worldwide. And we're excited about that. Those of you who saw the literature and responded and decided to come this morning know that we have two great speakers. Aaron Auer, who is dressed like Jason Lee, and he acts like Jason Lee. I think you'll be inspired. We heard him speak a year ago at a Christian men's camp and saw, gee, this would be something that everybody here in Clark County would like to know about. So Aaron's going to play Jason Lee this morning, and you'll be excited about that. And then David Medora, we heard him speak about a year ago at a Christian chamber meeting and thought, gee, that's something that everybody here would like to hear, what he's done. He took some vacant land inside his building, some vacant room space, remodeled it, and moved in 30 nonprofits at no rent charge. Something that nobody else has done in the country that we know of. If they have, we don't know about it. But he's done that, and he has a heart for the Lord. I actually refer to him as Superman of God, and you'll really appreciate what he has to say too. Next year, we've already got it set. Same day, same place. It's just one day earlier, 27th. In the same room, and I don't know if we can make it any bigger. This is about it. They tell me they can seat 950, but I think that's when the fire marshal's out of town. Because we have about 800 people here now, and I don't know how many more tables we can squeeze in here. And we've asked them if they could knock this wall out and make it bigger, but I said that it's a structural wall, that they can't move it. So, anyways, we appreciate your coming. We've already picked the mayor for next year. Is Chuck Blow from Woodland will be our honored mayor next year. Each year we pick a mayor and ask him or her to be the mayor that is selected. And he's accepted that, and so we're excited. And also, if you haven't filled out the white card on your table, you won't have a chance to win one of the wonderful door prizes. We have door prizes being brought in. We have, I think, 12 or 13 door prizes this year. We will actually do the drawing back here afterwards. We have at 9 o'clock. We have sort of a meet and greet back here in the lobby area. And we appreciate it if you would fill out the white card, top to bottom, and then we're going to have it come around and collect it while you're eating breakfast. And you'll have a chance to win one of the drawings. If you have to leave right at 9 o'clock and can't stay for the drawing, we will deliver them to you. So even if you're not here, you still have a chance to win. We'd love to have you fill out the card and do that. I see a young man right here. If you need a pen, somebody can borrow a pen from somebody there. Also, on the table are some student essays. Those are the winners that were involved with more schools that we work with. Those are the winning essays. And there's 4 cents on each table passed around. And we have some wonderful young people that obviously can write very well. And we appreciate that too. And lastly, we have 54 corporate sponsors this year. We were flashing on the wall in the corner. They're on the back of the program, and they're the ones that helped us put this together and help pay for it. Just for your information, for this many people, just the food bill alone is over $15,000 for this little breakfast. So we have to raise some money, and corporate sponsors help us do that. But please be assured that all the money we raise stays here in the committee. None of us are paid. It's all volunteer. So we just use the money to put this program on and then carry a little bit forward for next year. Thank you for coming this morning. I appreciate it. Thank you.
This Parents Prayer Breakfast was part of the design of Stuart and Diane Kent, and the amount of hours that they put in for this event, you just can't count. And so, again, I want to give Stuart a hand. He was. Now I'd like to have some comments from our Honorable Ronald.
Good morning. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things on the Mayor's Breakfast and introduce the mayors that are here in Clark County. First of all, just a little blurb that I read the other day. In the 1700s, a visitor to America, his name was Charles de Talleyrand, said, "I found a country with 32 religions and one sauce." I think that pretty much explains us. But this is in the early 1700s. We want to thank the Clark County Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship in America and all the volunteers who put this on. It happens to be the 9th annual prayer breakfast. However, there is a little add to that. In the 1960s, when I was a Vancouver JC belonging to the Vancouver Junior Chamber of Commerce, there's a couple in here today, we ran the first Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and we had 200 people. I happened to be the chairman of that, the first one. Actually, this is the 9th one in a row here, but in the 1960s, the JCs ran about 4 years before it kind of went its way. I'd like you to be a little bit proactive, and I'm going to introduce the mayors. And so, amen means surely. It's one of the meanings of amen. So when I introduce them, and this is probably in honor of Mike Cirillo, who is I've always wanted to introduce. After I introduce each one of them, so that we have something really positive, I want you all to say, amen, Mayor. Something really positive. Oh, man. The first mayor I'd like to introduce is Paul Dennis. However, I probably should have done him last because he was taking his kids to school. Have you come in yet, Paul? No, I don't see him. So I'll leave him a little bit for a minute. From La Center, we have Al Lewis. Please stand up, Al. He's the mayor pro tem, and please hold your applause till afterwards. We get to do the amen after we introduce him, but we'll hold the applause till the end. But Jim Irish had surgery day before yesterday, and it was successful, I hear. So we're really happy about that. But Mayor Pro Tem Al Lewis, I'd like to speak a little bit about each mayor. He owns, in addition to be the Mayor Pro Tem, owns a marketing company. He consults retailers. He's the head of men's ministry of the La Center Evangelical Church, and he's a board member of a Christian radio station. Mayor Pro Tem Al Lewis. Amen, Al. From Washougal, Mayor Sean Gard. Sean works full-time as the president of a company promoting and staging special events. Mayor Gard mentors scouts, is an advocate for Camp Curry, and he's been a president of the Lions. Mayor Sean Gard. Amen, Mayor. From Yakul, Mayor Joe Warren. Joe works full-time for the Public Works in La Center, And he also works with transitional youth, helping get kids off the streets and into housing and education. It's called Home on the Range. Mayor Joe Warren. From Vancouver, Mayor Pro Tem Larry Smith. I think he's glad to not be in Mayor Levitt's stead. He is headed to South Carolina, is grounded because of tornadoes at this time. And so Larry is the Mayor Pro Tem, visiting us with us today. He's retired Army, has been assistant to the City Manager of Vancouver, works with Vancouver Parks and Recreation. He's very active with the veterans and helps sponsor Loaves and Fishes. Mayor Pro Tem Larry Smith. Amen. From Battleground, Mayor Mike Cirillo. Mike is Division Chief of the Fire Department, and he has been a Eucharist minister with the Sacred Heart Church in Battleground. He works very hard with the food bank and is very active in Rotary. Mayor Mike Cirillo. He's been real worried about what else I might say about it. And from Woodland, we are honored with Mayor Chuck Blum and Mayor Pro Tem Marilee McCall. Chuck is retired from the Longview Daily News and wholesale milk distribution. He's been on the Woodland football team's Lion Gang for 25 years. Chuck also works on feeding the hungry during the holidays, and Marilee, active on the Woodland Council, also works full-time for Clark County, plays flute for her praise team in her church, works for Habitat for Humanity, Mayor Blum and Mayor Pro Tem McCall. Amen. Let me see, have we got Paul Dennis in yet? No. Paul Dennis is, in addition to being mayor, holds a full-time job as economic development advisor for school districts. He gives back by being a supporter of Scouts and having mayor for a day at his office. And Mayor Paul Dennis will give him an amen also. Amen. I believe we have in front of us a challenge. How can we become more uncomfortable and open new doors for our minds, hearts, and souls? And the answer to that is together. People challenging, talking, questioning, and being surprised by each other is the most productive way to what we call wisdom. And we get this a lot as mayors, of course. Individually, we can accumulate knowledge, but today we are elevated and transformed most easily by other people. Tiny prayers connect us like threads to God. All day, we can be held fast by a string of words. Walt Whitman said it best, "I do not give a little charity. When I give myself." Thanks for being here and giving yourself.